So over the next few minutes, we're going to tackle a question that honestly should be on everyone's mind. How do you protect your hard-earned money as we get closer and closer to 2026? Let's just jump right in and talk about what you need to know for your financial future.
Okay, let me ask you something. Do you ever get that feeling, you're saving, you're doing all the right things, but somehow you just don't feel like you're getting any richer? Well, it's not in your head. Your bank account could actually be, secretly leaking value, day after day, and you might not even notice it.
And that feeling, that brings us to what we're calling the 2026 money problem. It's the big reason why the savings you're so carefully trying to build up might actually be worth a lot less than you think in the very near future.
I want you to think of it like this. Every single dollar you have is in a race. But here's the catch. It's not exactly a fair race. The finish line, which is basically what you can buy with your money, keeps moving further and further away. And by 2026, it's expected to have moved a whole lot. So who's moving the finish line on us? Well, the culprit has a name, and it's pretty much the #1 threat to your wealth. Let's talk about inflation, the silent thief that's working right under our noses.
So what is it really? To put it simply, inflation is just the rate that prices go up. So as prices for everything, I'm talking gas, groceries, you name it, as they rise, the purchasing power of your money, what you can actually get for it, goes down. Your dollar just doesn't stretch as far as it used to.
To make this feel a little more real, let's just grab a number out of the air. Let's say inflation is running at 4% a year. Okay, so what does a number like 4% actually do to your money?
Let's try a simple coffee test to see this in action. If your daily cup of coffee cost you, say, $3 back in 2021, a steady 4% inflation means that by 2026, the exact same coffee is now going to cost you $3.65. It's the same coffee, but your money, it's just worth less.
Okay, so if our money is slowly losing value every day, how in the world do we fight back? Well, the main tool governments and central banks have is the interest rate. And you've got to understand this puzzle, because the choices they make directly impact your wallet. This really shows the constant balancing act they're in. When interest rates are high, that's great news for savers. You earn more on the money you have in the bank. But it's really tough if you're a borrower. Think mortgages or car loans. And low rates? You guessed it, the complete opposite. It's this fundamental tug-of-war that central banks are always trying to manage. Now let's see how this all clicks together. We're about to do some really simple math, the kind your bank probably isn't going to highlight on your statement. And this is the secret to understanding your money's real value. All right, picture this. You're doing the right thing. You're putting money away. Your savings account is paying you a pretty decent 2% interest. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? I mean, your money is growing.
But wait a second. Remember our silent thief? While your savings account is busy giving you 2%, inflation is out there in the wild, running at 4%, just pushing prices up. You've got these two powerful forces working against each other.
And that brings us to the million-dollar question. When you subtract what you're losing in buying power from the little bit you're gaining in interest, are you actually truly coming out ahead?
This all leads to a super important idea called the real rate of return. And honestly, it's the only number that really matters here. The formula couldn't be simpler. You just take the interest rate you're earning and then subtract the rate of inflation. That's it.
So what does that give us? Your 2% interest minus 4% inflation equals a negative 2% real return. Let that sink in. This means that even though the dollar amount in your account is going up, your actual purchasing power, what you can buy, is shrinking. You are losing ground.
Okay, that might sound a little bleak, but don't worry. Now that we get the problem, we can finally talk about the solution. It's time to stop playing defense and start playing offense. Let's talk about building your financial shield with some simple, actionable strategies.
So here it is, a pretty straightforward 3-step plan. These are tools that are out there designed to help you protect your money from that silent thief, inflation. We're going to look at 2 specific government-backed options, I-bonds and tips, and then we'll touch on the classic, timeless strategy of diversification. Let's break these down real quick. First up, I-bonds. These are savings bonds from the US Treasury, and their interest rate is directly linked to inflation, which means they have protection built right in. Second, we have TIPS. That stands for Treasury Inflation Protected Securities. With these, their actual value increases with inflation, so your investment grows as prices go up. And finally, diversification. You've heard it a million times. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. It just means spreading your money across different things, like stocks or real estate, that tend to behave differently when inflation is high. There's this old proverb that just
hits the nail on the head here. It's so true. You can't go back in time and change things, but you have 100% of the power to act today to make your financial future more secure. The best time to get started is right now.
And this right here, this is the key takeaway of this whole thing. The goal isn't just about how many dollars you can stack up, it's about protecting the future value of that money, making sure it's just as powerful for you tomorrow as it is today.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. You work incredibly hard for your money. You make sacrifices to save it. The question you've got to ask yourself now is your money working as hard for you as you are for it?